In this video, I'm going to be revising a tier list video I made, ranking every toon in the game. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe. I post stuff like this all the time. I'm trying to reach 50k by the end of the year. It'd mean a lot. Anyways, enjoy the video. Okay, so for this video, I'm gonna do something a little differently. So last time I just rated them kind of like based off of how good of a toon they are, but this time I'm gonna keep it more focused on like coordinated runs, you know, a run where you pick what toons are in the round and who to use, less like, I don't know, lenient towards specific toons. So we're gonna go from S to F and move these people around, and we also have 5 new toons to rate. So let's just get started. So first we have the S tier. We have Louie, Shelly, Pebble, Astro, Sprout, and Tisha. This order is also the way I intended it. I agree with all these toons being S tier, but I think I'm gonna move Shelly below Pebble, and then I'll move Sprout above Astro. Actually, I'll move Sprout above Shelly. And I think this is it. I still very much think Louie is the best toon in the game, and it's been a month or two since my last video, so I've had more experience with this toon, and I can say that he's still really good, especially if you master him, which I have. You can do a lot with him, so I'm keeping Louie in the S tier. And then we have Pebble, which he's just like really good for distracting. He makes a great backup, or like if you, I recommend having 2 distractors in a coordinated run, and these are the 2 that I would bring. Sprout is really important because sometimes you just won't find heals, so you need to have someone to have heals on demand. Shelly is just the most solid extractor in the game, and she's really important. And Astro, of course, you need stam support. Tisha, though, I actually feel like she might have moved down, but I'll go over that after we go through the entire tier list. And then we have the A tier. I put V at the very top, Goob, Glisten, Gigi, Bobette, Finn. I have a lot to say about A tier. So I made this less with the intention of being towards coordinated runs last time, so I'm going to kind of go over that more. V, I feel like I might have been a little too harsh on her. I made an entire commentary video on why I think she fell off, but I think she's still A tier at the very top. I don't think she's S tier just because her stats are so bad. But she's still a really good toon, and her ability is genuinely very helpful. But we'll touch on this more. Goob, I think he stays at the top of A tier. He's just very good in most cases, and I feel like having a toon that can just pull people into the elevator is generally really helpful in most runs. So I'm going to keep him at the top of A. I probably wouldn't bring him on a coordinated run, but he's still really good in most cases, and he makes a great backup distractor and an awesome support. Glisten, I feel like I'm going to keep him in A tier as well. His extraction's just really good, and his survivability is even better. So I'm going to leave him in A tier. He's honestly good, but he might move down a little. Gigi, she's still A tier. She's just in a team setting though. She's honestly not that amazing. She doesn't do that much to help her team out. I just don't feel like she's that crazy. So in coordinated runs, not the toon itself, I'm moving her down to the top of B tier, but only because that she's just not really a team player. She just, you know, she's self-sufficient, she gets her own items, but that's it. That she doesn't help the team in any way besides extraction. So coordinated runs, top of B. Bobette, she is not A tier. I'm sorry, I was too generous last time. Her passive is just not that helpful. Her stats are ass. I'm sorry. I'm moving her down to the bottom of B tier. I'll adjust this later, but she's gonna stay here for now. And Finn, I feel like I was too nice. Again, he doesn't really do anything for the team, so I'm gonna put him in B tier below Gigi. And then we have the B tier before, and Boxton, I think, actually, I'm just saying, I think Boxton's actually A tier, alright? He has better extraction than Glisten if the entire team's alive, so I'm actually gonna put him... I don't think extraction's everything, but he also has stealth, so I'm gonna put him above Glisten. I think Boxton, in a coordinated run setting, is actually very good, because his extraction is better, and in a coordinated run, if someone dies, that usually just means that, like, the team's gonna fall apart anyway. So I'm just putting him up here. I think he's actually good. Connie, I was too generous with her as well. Her ability is completely around survivability, so, I mean, she doesn't get in the way, but she's just not amazing. I'm not going to put her in C tier. She's not that bad, but I'm just going to move her down. Let's see. Below Brightney, we'll go like around here. And then Roger, I'm sorry. I skipped Brightney. It's fine. Roger, I'm just going to move him down to C tier. In a coordinated run, he's no good in my opinion. He has really bad movement. He doesn't get in the way, I guess, but his stealth is still matching Pebble's. So I'm gonna put him at the top of C tier because he's a good extractor, so he's not horrible to have, but he's not good in coordinated runs. And then Brightney, my thoughts have changed on her. I know it's crazy, but I'm gonna move her to A tier. Probably right here. I know this seems really weird, but think about it for a second. You only really need V's scan in blackouts, and Brightney gives that, and she has way better mobility. Sure, her stealth is 1 star, but it doesn't really change much considering the fact V's is 2 star, and they both get in the way anyway. She'll just get in the way of Louis distractors, I guess, so she'll have to do the same thing as V, where on a hard floor she has to stay at the elevator. But I honestly just think she's not better than V, but I think she's a lot better than people give her credit for. She has 3-star movement, 4-star stamina. She can get away if she has to, and her ability is more spammable than V's too. So I honestly just think that Brightney might be better than V in some cases, so I'm gonna put her in A tier. I think she's actually underrated and is more viable than people consider. Tegan, she has the same problem as Gigi and Finn, just that she only plays for herself. She actually contradicts Sprout, which is a problem, so I'm actually going to move her down. In coordinated runs, she's just not good, so I'm going to put her at the top of C tier, because she has amazing survivability, and again, she's self-sufficient, but I just think she's especially an issue because of her 2-star stealth, so she's just not amazing. Ginger and Cosmo, okay, so in a coordinated run, these two are actually pretty good to have, because Sprout can heal himself if he heals these two. So, I'm actually going to move both of them up into A tier, but they're not going to go that much higher, because we have a new toon, which I'll go over in a moment. But I'm going to put Cosmo in A tier and Ginger at the top of B tier, because Ginger's just too slow in my opinion. Cosmo has way better survivability, and at the end of the day, extraction does not matter that much. You could just run like Vimo on this guy and you're fine. I don't think it really matters. You're going to have better extractors anyway, so I just think that it really would not matter if, you know, if you have Cosmo instead of Ginger, because being fast and having more stamina is important. Now we have Connie, which, yeah, I agree with this placement. Flutter, underrated, but I don't think she's actually any good in a coordinated run setting. Her mobility is amazing, like 4-star movement, 4-star stamina, and mobility ability. She's fantastic, but I just do not think you'd pick her over any other distractors available. You could just pick one of these 3 and you're set. So I'm gonna honestly move her down a bit, probably to the bottom of B tier, but she's not like bad by any means of the imagination. I think she's actually a great distractor. Scraps, I was too generous. I made this tier list like right before the Scraps buff was announced, and I thought it might be more impactful than it actually was. It made her survivability better, but again, she's just playing for herself, and even then her stats are not good, so I'm putting her in C tier below Tegan. She's just not any good, and I don't think she ever will be, so that's unfortunate. Rudy, again, he's just a character that lives for himself. Base stats, he's not really anything special in coordinated runs. I'm going to move him down to C tier. He doesn't offer anything to the team. In coordinated runs, you generally want every single member of the team doing something, so you need like a support system. So I'm putting him down here above Scraps because he's just like, he's fine. And Bobette, I think she's worse than Flutter, but yeah. Alright, down to C tier. All these placements I just made, R&D and Cole are the ones that were originally here. And, yeah, I mostly agree with these placements. R&D, I think I'm actually going to move down to D tier for coordinated runs. Sorry to the 2 R&D mains out there, but I just don't think he's any good. Being 1-star movement, like, half the time is despicable. Like, oh my god, you can't even do anything. And, like, I mean, if you're a good player, you're not really going to be that much in the way, but if it's a slightly difficult floor and all the twisteds can't be dealt with, you're going to be struggling against commons the entire time. So I don't think R&D's anything special. And the 5-star movement doesn't matter to me because you could just have a Pebble or a Louis and you don't need to be that way only half the time. So I just don't see any redeeming qualities about R&D. And then Cole, I'm also going to move her down to D tier. Her ability is not that helpful. I see people saying that she's really good with Sprout, and while that is kind of true, I just don't think she's any good. So I'm sorry, I'm putting her above R&D because she has good survivability, but that's it. She's just not anything special. And then Toodles and Poppy, I agree with these placements, but I'm putting Toodles below Poppy because her stats just aren't anything special. 4-star stealth is fine, but bad extraction. And then Shrimpo's obviously F tier. Okay, that was a mouthful, but now we have 5 new tunes to place, so let's start with Yada. She was meta-shattering on her release, and I believe she's S tier. Probably above Tisha. You can provide like very consistent boxes of chocolates for your entire team and your good extraction, good mobility. You can back up distract if you even have to. I think Yada's just one of the best tunes in the game overall, but in a coordinated run I would say I don't value her more than an Astro or any of these characters. So I'm just gonna say she's here. She's better. She's definitely better than V. Maybe not ability wise, but her stat wise, she's so much better. So that's a no-brainer for me. And we have Exon. Again, he's nothing special. I'm going to put him in C tier. Plain and simple. His ability's not that helpful. Maybe here because he's a faster extractor, but that's about it. Flight, also quite meta-breaking. I'd say he replaced Tisha in the meta. Flight's Gust ability places basically a speed area on the ground for 10 seconds, and it gives you a speed boost for 5. That's 15%, so you can use it twice generally, and I think it's just more helpful, and also his stats are better. He has 4-star extraction, 2-star skill check, so Tisha has 4-star skill check, 2-star extraction. They are like the same stats, but Flight's just better, I think. Tisha's ability range is really jank, and sometimes it's really hard to actually hit. Maybe that's a skill issue, but literally every Tisha player I've ever played with can never hit this thing consistently on the Distractor, unless the Distractor goes out of their way to get hit by it, and even then it's kind of hard to do that when you're dealing with things that you need speed boost for. So I'm going to move her to the top of A tier. Tisha's still definitely good, and I'm not saying she's bad, but Flight just kind of took her place in terms of speed boosting and stuff. So Coco is a weird tune, to be honest. Her extraction's not the worst, but her ability is actually pretty good, and I would probably place her in A tier for now. I have not used her in a coordinated run before, but I guess I haven't really done any with her specifically, like intentionally. So I don't know, I think I'll put her below Cosmo, because, I mean, her ability's fine, but it kind of just gives you a mix of a speed candy and extraction candy, and it's not that spammable. And also just like, I don't know, it's not really that helpful. She kind of has a similar role to Tisha in that aspect, but you have to consume it, and it's kind of harder. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. I'll put her like, is she better than Cosmo though? Like, I'm struggling here. I don't know if she's better than Cosmo. I'll put her like, right here. Yeah, that's fair. And then Bassie, the main. So last year's main, or not last event's main was not that good. Bobbette really didn't change anything, but Bassie, oh, she's good. She took the place of Cosmo and Ginger in the meta. So that's why they're lower, because she just basically took their role. She's a backpack, and, you know, she has 5-star movement as well, 4-star stealth. So, I mean, her extraction sucks. There's no getting around that. But her, it doesn't really matter that much when you can just hold on to items for the Distractor. It's an amazing way to counter Gigi, and also you can just hold on to heals and stamina items and give them to people when they need them. And there's no cooldown to your ability like Cosmo or Ginger, so you don't have to wait to heal people. You can just keep giving them heals. So I think Bassie's actually super underrated, and she's probably one of the best tunes right now. Not best, but like in a team setting, she's great. So I'm gonna put her above Flight. I think she's really helpful to have. Maybe not priority, but yeah. And in my opinion, this is the meta right now in terms of coordinated runs, and ironically the team I would bring to a coordinated run is the entirety of S tier. So these are all just tunes that are like really good. These are good replacements for tunes, and they all generally work well. B tier are just tunes that are kind of just too solo focused, or they have way better replacements. Generally don't do much. C tier, way too like self-centered. D tier, they're just not good, and yeah, F tier is Shrimpo. Come on, it's just Shrimpo tier. But yeah, this is my meta tier list. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully this gave you some insight about what tunes are better during coordinated runs or which ones would be preferred. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.